Today I microdosed for the first time, and I'm going to do it all week, and I'm going to document it. So this morning I took 0.3, it was a cap. I think I'm going to stick with the same exact type throughout the week. It was a little bit intense. I don't know if it's because it's been a while, but it was good, and I think it will be very eye-opening, and I'm excited to see what happens throughout the week. I'm going to record a little bit better throughout the day, starting tomorrow, but since I just turned the camera on now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened today. So this morning I took the microdose. It was crazy because I think it was only about 10 or 15 minutes before I started feeling the effects, and things just got a little bit different. My head started being more awake. It was just so much was going on in my mind, and I'm trying to have this conversation with my boyfriend at the same time, and he hadn't taken anything. So this is going on in my head. We're having like this debate about, I don't even remember, it was something serious, and it was like, wow, like it's only been 10 or 15 minutes and this is already hitting me. So I was feeling kind of nauseous. I haven't thrown up in years, but I felt like this morning I might. I also took them on an empty stomach, so I ate a little bit, felt a little bit better, kept feeling confined. Like my heart was getting a little bit faster, my hands were getting clammy. I wasn't freaking out or panicking or anything, but I just felt kind of confined. So when I was sitting there, and it was probably 30 minutes to 40 minutes in, I was on my phone, and you start kind of noticing, oh shit, things are a little different. I'm looking at my phone and the peripherals are moving a little bit. You're looking at your phone, but the shit on the side just don't look normal. And for microdosing, this isn't even supposed to be a trip. So it was a little bit intense that I started having the wave sort of thing a little bit. I was feeling very like when I touched my boyfriend and hugged him and just closed my eyes, and it just felt so good. And you start having these like realizations, and I could not stop laughing when I was talking to my roommate. I had the giggles, like every little thing was making me laugh. Stupid things were coming into my mind. It wasn't uncontrollably laughing, but kind of when you're trying to talk to someone and have a serious conversation and you're just kind of like trying not to smile. I ended up going out and walking my dogs. It was cool because like usually getting pulled by my dogs, it feels kind of scary, like, oh shit, they're gonna pull me, and because I run with them, and I'm thinking, oh shit, when I'm running around with them and they're pulling me, am I going to trip and break my tooth? Like I always have this fear that I'm gonna break my tooth and not be able to get it fixed, and yeah, so weird shit. Like it's all like artificial like bullshit, like I'm realizing, but so it was cool because when I was running around with them, I didn't feel like that. I was having fun. I did notice that things just seemed to be a little bit more vibrant. Like looking at stuff, I felt like I had a little bit more detailed look. Like my camera lens was sharpened or something. You know what I mean? I think it was 5.5, 6 hours from when I had taken it, and I'm completely back to normal now. I guess with the microdosing thing, it isn't going to be like a trip where it lasts forever, but the intensity and how quick it hit me and how intense it was for just that short amount of time was pretty cool. It was a little bit alarming, but it was also cool to experience, and I'm excited to talk about everything else that happens for the rest of the week and how it makes me feel after, and to help other people in their microdosing journey too. That's about it. That's happened today, and I'll check back with you tomorrow. What's up? So today is my day 2 for my microdosing experiment. I have 0.35 weighed out again, and I'm going to take my dose. It is about 10:30 a.m. Seems bigger than yesterday's piece. Taking it on an empty stomach again, not on purpose, but I'm going to eat right afterwards. I need water. So today I'm going to do a little bit different. I didn't get a chance to really record anything during the actual process. So today I'm going to try to record as much as I can and let you know how I'm feeling while I'm feeling it, because it is a little bit hard to remember everything afterwards. And you want to try to integrate everything that kind of happens during the trip in your real life afterwards. So it'll be nice for myself to also be able to look back at these videos and remember how I was feeling and what was going on in my mind, so that hopefully I can use the information to integrate and make my life better in the future. So it's been like exactly an hour. I'm having some trouble setting my tripod and shit up, but I just felt like that I should record. It took a little bit more time to feel this today. Yesterday I felt like it was 15 minutes in or something. Today it's feeling like it took like a whole hour. I was initially actually like, is this even gonna work? Started looking up stuff between the difference between the first and the second day, and how like the tolerance was, and thinking, oh, this probably, you know, I have a tolerance to it now, so I should have waited like a day or two. But no, I'm totally feeling it. It took like about an hour. I'm starting to get like, my hands are a little bit sweaty. My heart's beating a little bit faster. I am nauseous. I did feel that yesterday. A little bit more today. Just the come up is a lot more nerve-wracking and more like a regular trip than I would feel for a microdosing trip. So that's kind of weird. When I was like looking at my phone, the peripherals were a little bit weird. I'm feeling a little bit like that tired body sort of thing that you feel from a regular trip. So I'm like kind of confused, since it's microdosing. Like, am I supposed to feel that from, you know, 30% of a gram, you know? That's crazy. But yeah, I don't want to like deter anyone from microdosing because of how like nervous and gross I feel right now. But hopefully this will pass within, you know, 20 or 30 minutes and it will go away. But yesterday was different. This is weird. Okay, so it has been about an hour and 20 minutes. I still am feeling that, like, you know, my heart's beating fast. Just like the physical stuff, the stomach, the kind of lightheadedness, the like heavy body feelings kind of completely overshadowing anything that could possibly be beneficial going on in my mind at all. So I'm hoping that this kind of come up part ends soon. I really do hate the fact that a lot of times I get nauseous, or there is a come up, or kind of shitty feeling. People get sick and vomit. Yeah, that part of it really sucks. But when you get past that, obviously that's what we're doing this for. And I didn't think microdosing was going to be like this. I thought that this would have been a little faster. No matter how I feel physically, I know that I'm not going to have any crazy adverse reaction in my mind, or not be able to interact with people normally at this dose. And if you can just be cautious with it and experiment. I know a lot of people want to jump in and do a hero dose or take multiple grams, and you really need to find out how your body actually works with this. All right, I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed out of that kind of anxious situation of trying to set everything up. So right now I feel like I really want to close my eyes, and it just feels better, you know, and you kind of start getting like a close eye visual sort of, what is it, like a kaleidoscope sort of thing. It also could be the ring light that's right here that's interfering with that. But yeah, I'm not feeling the entire just couch lock sort of feeling that sometimes you get with a higher dose, but I definitely am feeling a relaxed heaviness of my body and eyes that I just feel like is too much for this dosage. I mean, I don't understand. I guess if you just fight this feeling, yes, I can go on with my day and do whatever I need to do. But I wasn't under the impression that that's how microdosing worked. I thought it was just more of like a mental feeling. It's creative and empathetic and an understanding rather than the actual body feeling. I know a lot of people don't really talk about that when they talk about mushrooms, but I definitely get that every single time. It's usually towards the end of it, but yeah, throughout it, I feel a heaviness to my body. Do you feel like that every time? So yeah, even just talking to him and looking, I feel like something's kind of off. Like for me, I usually can tell that I start seeing shadows kind of everywhere. Everything looks a little bit darker, and it's starting to feel like that. And it's weird because, yeah, I just didn't think that it was this intense for a microdose, especially for the second day in a row. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to check in a little bit later again. Okay, so I debated getting on here right now, but it hasn't even been 2 hours yet. It is about an hour and 40 minutes, and I feel like good. I do slightly have a little bit of the nauseous feeling, but overall I feel good, euphoric, a little bit burpier than usual. But the rapid heartbeat has calmed down. My hands aren't as clammy. I'm not as anxious. Yeah, it's just a euphoric, good feeling right now, which is nice. Okay, so it's 2:30. It's been exactly, well, almost about 4.5 hours since I took them. I went home and walked my dogs. Just feeling good outside, running around with my dogs. Some shit with my neighbor went down. So I'm on my way back to the house, and she's walking towards me, and you can see her turn around, like kind of pissed. And before I get to my door, which she's only 2 doors away from me, you can see her have put the dogs in, leaning out for the screen, and linger and like make eye contact with me, give me a dirty look, and just like kind of stand there like challenging for a minute. And like it really bothered me. You know, it could have turned into something that I got really pissed off about, but I just kind of realize that like that's part of my journey with being like angry and pissed off and reactionary, to the point where I just was like, yeah, people are going to try to disturb my peace, people are going to challenge me, people are going to piss me off, and I can't just always react and get upset and let that shit ruin my day. So I guess maybe I have like a little bit of introspection from microdosing that maybe I wouldn't have had otherwise, and would have just like kept going with that angriness. But I also just feel like the effects are definitely diminished from yesterday. Initially, when I was talking about kind of the come up feeling of feeling like really nervous, I did get to the feeling where I just kind of leveled out and felt good. But then it just kind of felt like I went past the good point and just went back to the coming down point. You know, it was like a come up and just like right back down. It wasn't like where you plateau and stay somewhere for a little bit. I mean, with microdosing, like what can you really expect, I guess, because you're not like full on tripping. But I just felt like with how much of a come up there was, it wasn't really like a payoff at all. And I don't know if that's exactly how it is going to be with microdosing, or maybe because I took the exact same dose for the second day in a row and the tolerance is completely off. I did have that just confined feeling for a while still that I kept having even yesterday. I don't know why. Maybe that's some sort of theme that I have to like explore. Could just be because I've been in quarantine and I mean the whole world has, and you know, I don't like wearing a bra anymore. Yeah, that is day 2. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of itching to actually have like a full-on trip and like a full reset experience. Okay, so today is my 3rd day. I took about the same amount, and It was probably like an hour before I started feeling the come up sort of nervous feeling. And I had a little bit of closed eyes visuals in the shower, but I feel like doing it day after day after day with the same dosage and with the tolerance, it's just not working. I'm not getting any sort of effects except for the nervous come up feeling. So it's like, what's really the point of this? I don't know. I feel like if I took less, it would probably not even do anything. So am I needing to take more? But as far as the microdosing thing, I don't think they ever tell you to take more than like a half gram or something. Also was reading about people doing microdosing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday rather than like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to try to help with the tolerance sort of thing and not to be used to that dosage. So I think today is going to be my last day. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the whole week because I just feel like, what's the point? But so yeah, today I don't really feel anything at all except for the nervous come up, and that lasted maybe 5 minutes. I didn't really have nearly as nervous as I was the last 2 days either. I think that it has kind of put me in the mindset to want to actually take a regular trip and to see how that affects me and the kind of growth that I'll be able to get, because I just feel like the microdosing isn't necessarily working. Maybe it's the way I'm doing it, and for the growth and sort of stuff I want, I think I need a full trip rather than the microdosing. So maybe I'll do another experiment microdosing with a few days in between, but day after day with the same dosage, it just feels like useless. And yeah, it sucks I didn't really get much out of it, but it was fun doing the experiment, all in the name of science. So this morning I was looking in microdosing videos to try to see what was out there, because right now I'm doing a microdosing experiment, and I found a YouTuber named Lacey Young, and a few videos in there was one called Am I Okay? And it was about how she's having a problem in her life with where she's at, where she needs to go, what she needs to do next. And I was thinking, like, I have that same problem, but to anyone else I would say where you are in your life is completely okay. But for some reason inside of me, I feel like that too. Like, I am worried about where I am in life versus other people. Is it something wrong with me because I don't want what other people seem to want? Is it wrong that my life looks so different than other people that are in my age or that I went to school with? And it sucks that for some reason we can't have the same compassion for ourselves that we can have for other people. And I guess that's just part of my journey of why can we be so empathetic to other people in their circumstances, but for us, we can't give ourselves that same shit. So maybe this micro-dosing journey, even though it hasn't been as tense or as, I don't know, mind-opening as I thought it would be, it is still helping me to maybe do some introspection that I wouldn't have, and I feel like it's working in maybe indirect ways. So it's been 4 days since my microdosing experiment ended, and overall I feel more grateful, patient, positive, content with my life. I've been working out and stretching the last 4 days in a row for the first time in a while. I've been having fun, walking my dogs, spending time with them, enjoying the little things. Since this experiment, I've done some more research on microdosing and realized there are so many different ways to do it. And maybe I'll document that. I definitely am going to document a full-blown trip out on here. And I wanted to thank you guys for watching. I hope that maybe you get some information out of this or just enjoyed the video.